All right, y'all. This is part two of Sunday, January 12th, 2014. Maria's A Day in the Life. Things that interest me, come across the news that I like to see, or that really captured my heart. I saw a video this morning on Tamera Mowery. She's half of the Tia and Tamera twins that played on 227, that played on Sister Sister, and that went on to do The Game. Well, one of the sisters went on to do The Game, and they had many Disney specials and TV shows and Lifetime stories together. Now, Tamera married, she married a white man. Tia married a black man. If y'all saw the show, they had a reality show based on their life and their weddings and them having their babies. Now, the interview that I saw was with Oprah Winfrey, and again, the link is going to be down in the description. And it was very heartbreaking to me because you could see how much pain she was in. And she was saying that, and Tia and Tamera, they are biracial. They're mixed with black and white. Mom is black, dad's white. And Tamera was so hurt because, and the racism that she got is from the black community, and what she got was, obviously, this is the white man's whore, and they said really cruel things like, well, they used to pay $300 for a slave, but now she's giving it up for free, and things like that. And she was so hurt by these comments. And if y'all get a chance, I really would like y'all to see the video. She was so hurt by these comments, and it was just brought her to tears. So she was like, their relationship is built based on nothing but pure love. They have a beautiful baby, they're happy, together, and so forth. And on the other hand, Tia said, actually the opposite is true for her. Everybody says, oh, you should have, went and married a white man, probably because her husband wasn't treating her right. If you saw, when they got married, it seemed like Tia was more prolonged and she was more pulling teeth, whereas Tamera, everything was kind of set up in place, So what I want to say is, and what hurt her so bad was that this is a biracial family. Her mom was black, her dad was white, knew nothing but love in her life, and that's why it shocked her so much when they were so cruel. So when she married, the same way that her mom did, black and white, it really, they made a big deal out of it. But people, especially black people, I'm gonna tell you, because I'm biracial myself, black people are the most hateful people when it comes to stuff like that. Growing up, and Tia and Tamera, I think they're younger than me, maybe about 4 or 5 years. But growing up biracial, at least I'm South Korean and African, Southern African American. At least, Korean people, if they didn't like you, they just snubbed you and they just left you alone. The black people, it's like, first they'll ostracize you and hate you, and when they see that you're doing just fine without them, then they'll nitpick at you and say, oh, she thinks you this, he thinks you that. And then once you show that, you don't think you that, this or that, and it really doesn't matter to you either way, then they get into trying to put you on a pedestal. Oh, you're so beautiful, you're this, that, and the other, you're thick. I'm like, no, I'm fat and I have afro hair, So, oh, and your hair is long, and but before it was all this Chinese, Japanese crap. So black people to me, and I can speak like this because I am biracial. I grew up in a black community. Was I part of the black community? Probably not. I volunteered and things like that. I was in the black community, but in a different way. But it's just like, black people to me, I mean, they are so cruel with that, and I can understand, because if you look at the history of black people, even my family, my mom's side, of course got rid of her, and my dad's side was just like, oh, how could you go marry, a woman from somewhere else? That's, and a lot of women still go through that, black women. And it's understandable, because if you look at the history of black people, they've been through so much. So, for Tia and Tamera, don't even be mad at those people that are saying all those mean, nasty, evil things. It's because they have no knowledge and respect for themselves. They don't know themselves. They've been lied to. Black people that are just pure black, with both parents being black, they've been lied to all their lives about who they are. They've been lied to about what's beautiful and what's not. They've been taught not to appreciate who they are naturally, So I mean, don't be hurt by that. You know what you have. You don't have to prove that to anyone else. Now, for me personally, like I don't date. You know, I'm celibate for life. I'm weird, whatever you want to call it. I'm celibate for life. You know, and even the experiences that I have had in the past, you know, like my first time and all that. Basically, it was just a mechanical type thing. Like everybody else was doing it. What is the big deal? Come on, let's do it and get it over with. I was the one that initiated it, and the guy that was my boyfriend at the time was like, "What?" And the only reason he was my boyfriend was because he kept coming around. He was friends with somebody that was close to a family of ours, and the guy wanted to get with me and he couldn't, so he was telling these lies. So I guess the only reason I said okay was that because, you know, so people to know it really isn't like that, you know. And so they would think that if she has a boyfriend and all this crap can't be true, you know. But it's just, I mean, you know, I'm single for life, like I said, so I can speak on it. But as far as dating goes, for me personally, I prefer black men, because you know I grew up in Hampton, Virginia, which is a military town. You know, there's black and everything was classified as either black or white. You know, now I grew up around, and but we never really discussed it. Like, you know, but when I got in college, people that weren't used to a military town and mixed people, they, you know, really made a big deal out of it. But it was not a big deal to me. I'm like, you know, what difference does it make? What business is it of yours? You know, I can check whatever I want. If I want to check black, I can check black. If I want to check Asian, I'll check Asian. If I want to check other, I'll check other. If I decide to leave it blank and say screw you, then I'll do that too because it's nobody's business, you know. But you know, for me personally, as far as dating, I prefer black men because the friends that I had were close to me black, and part of it I think too is peer pressure because everybody when I first came down to the states, back to the states, you know, I didn't speak a lot of English. The white people, and I didn't notice because you don't notice race when you're little like that. You know, the white people came to me first because I was so different, and it's just like we just became friends. I was in all the same classes with them. We took the AP classes, and like I said, I think all that is a bunch of bullshit. I think they put you in those classes, you know, it's an experiment. They put you in classes to see how you're going to turn out. And they just keep encouraging you and telling you all these great things about yourself. So, which is good because if not, then, you know, you think I'm devastated now with that legal situation? Boy, oh boy, I probably, you know, I thank God for, you know, all of my journeys in life. But, you know, I prefer black men because one, my daddy was black. Two, because the community that we grew up in, I saw mainly black people. Three, my best friends were black men, black males. My best friend was a black man at one point, and so that's what in the family that I was really close to, and the uncle that used to always be around us, her uncle was black, so black men, you know, and I love brown skin. It's something about brown skin to me that is just so beautiful. Um, like I said, I don't ever plan on getting married or having children, but as far as just like being in the present, to me it's so rich. Real black people, you know, not the black people that have been like mind washed, brainwashed by this music that's out there, but I mean like rich spirited black men, you know, black men that, you know, can communicate, you know, black men that feel, that think, that see, that are aware. And I always go back to India Ari, you know, a man that loves music, a man that loves art, respects the spirit world and thinks with his heart. Now, um, so yeah, I love me some black men. Um, in my younger days, I might have been a little more exotic, meaning that, well, I always loved black men as far as being one-on-one in close situations, black men. But as far as being around a group of people, all types of cultures, you know. Men in general, you know, fine is fine. Like who I wanted to be around, men that are like at least 6 feet tall, um, at least 200 pounds built. Not many Asian men are big like that, but there are a few, you know. And I prefer black and Asian because I'm black and Asian, so it's black and or Asian really. White men, I never really, it doesn't do anything for me. I like skin color. I like complexion and texture and all of that. I like exoticness of different cultures and things like that. So that's that, you know. And like I said, I would never personally date a white man. Just not interested in that. But I think that if that's somebody that you love and that's who you wanted to be with, and that person genuinely wants to be with you, then I mean, be happy. You know, anything that's in your life that you desire and that you appreciate and that has brought you joy to your life, be happy and enjoy it. Screw the world. You know, who cares what anybody else thinks about it? You know, who cares? You know, and I think that's why the legal thing was good for me because, you know, I didn't realize it, but I've always lived my life to please someone else. I lived my life because I wanted to please my mother. Then when it seemed like my mother didn't love me anymore, I was like, well, you know, at least I was brought up with the right standards and values. You know, it's just that, you know, she can't afford to love me right now. So let me, you know, get into, helping people, enriching people's lives, and I can bring it back home to my mom. So it all went back to my mother. But in reality, this system and all these people, they're full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Full of shit. You know, we're all human. We're all the same. We have flaws. We have good things. Some people just get so caught up in that bad stuff that that's all that they'll be. Some people, places, and entities, So I'm proud of their marriage. I'm so happy for you. I'm happy that you found you a best friend, hopefully for life. And even if that best friend only is for a few years, don't let the stress of what other people say break you down. And don't try to, fake it. So, love who you love. And I wish that, we were good friends, me and Tamera Mowery or whatever, so that, you know, and I was, what level she needed for friendship, but so that I could support and encourage her, because obviously she needed support and encouragement. It was a very sad, tough video to watch, but it hit home in so many ways. And my dating experience is about, like I said, I love black men. I love black men so much, but it's so funny that some of them didn't even consider me black, and that was the only reason that they would talk to me, because they didn't consider me really black. Watched a video blog by this young lady that was real light skinned, black, very fair skinned, and she met some dude. It was a PO, Plenty of Fish review, and she met some dude off of there, and he was telling her that he didn't have any kids. He had two kids, and they were by the same baby mom. Come to find out, as they were talking, he had two kids by two different baby mothers, and he was bragging how he don't date black women, or either they got to be really light skinned like she was. And the first baby mom was like black and Dominican. The second was black and Korean like me. So these men with these identity things. I mean, I don't know. Some people just like different things. I can't judge. But as a woman that's biracial, and for me to love black men, and then when you want me to choose whether I'm black or something else, but then you have black men that are choosing you because they're just going to put the label on you, oh, you're not really black, you know? And then the other issue is that, for some black men, I was too black. Well, now I am, because I'm more ghetto. The way that I talk is ghetto. And then for other black men, I wasn't black enough. So there it is. So give love to people that have real love. There's so much negativity in this world and lack of love that whenever I see anybody that's happy, regardless of race, like I was at Walmart the other day. This couple was coming out of the store. Uh, Appears to be a black American woman, dark skin, curly hair, um, black hair, curly hair, Afro curly hair, like mine. And then there was a Hispanic dude, looked like a white Hispanic dude. They had a child. She stopped, fed him some ice cream, and my heart just dropped to the floor. And and I wanted to look and smile, but obviously she probably felt that people was looking, but she was trying to enjoy her private moment. But I just thought it was so beautiful. Diversely, actually, I was at this park the other day. There was a lesbian couple. They was having a good time. They were having a good time, swinging. The more stud lesbian person was swinging the other one on the swing. And it again broke my heart just to see that they were having a good time. I really wanted to stop and say, yo, can I take your phone and take a picture of you for you so you can have this moment to share, because it was beautiful, beautiful. So whenever you see love, appreciate it. There's not that much of it on this earth. People trying to, put a label on everything. You can't label everything. People are diverse. So anyways, God bless. That's my commentary on interracial dating. And the link for Tamera's interview with Oprah is in the description.